Hello, kindred spirits. We've been through a lot together this year on my YouTube channel. 4 seasons of fine living. Please show your love by hitting that subscribe button and giving me a thumbs up if you like this video at the end. While at home, you've watched me be a little serious, as well as a little goofy. And we've been together a lot enjoying the sights, sounds, and traditions of old New England. This included viewing some of the homes of my ancestors and my husband's ancestors. As 12th generation New Englanders, there are plenty of them out there. And as I've done on my Instagram channel and in my magazines, I'm going to be taking you on a lot more garden tours, old home tours, and even quintessential New England properties that are for sale. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you a little insight of what is ahead for 2021 and some new things that I'll be doing. But for now, I thought it would be fun to revisit a few things that we did together over the year, from arts and crafts, tours, working around the home, and just enjoying a little simple pleasures and fine living. Once spring arrived, I couldn't wait to take you outside. I was getting the patio ready, I was walking around the yard and looking for flowers that were pushing their little heads through the snow, and I was at nurseries collecting flowers and bulbs for the gardens. Do you remember I had to bring these flowers inside because we had a freak snowstorm in May? But in true New England style, all of a sudden the sun came out, the earth warmed up, and the flowers started to awaken. My simple pleasures is walking around the yard and collecting flowers that have just bloomed so that I can enjoy them inside and possibly save them from another snowstorm. In one of my YouTube videos, I even took you on a morning walk. Then we went to work in the garden. I wanted to make sure the peonies that I had just planted last fall and also the peonies that I transplanted from my childhood home were doing just fine. And in this particular YouTube video, I was once again in the gardens collecting early spring flowers. I had planted my rhubarb and we were sitting under a tree, and I was showing the first time how I use the plastic mesh as a frog for flowers. It really helps hold them up. And then I enjoyed sitting under this tree with a very light breakfast, a cup of tea, the songbirds. It was very enjoyable. And I stand corrected, it looks like I was drinking coffee. I was also sharing how everything on this table, even my shirt, were thrift store finds and consignment items. I would like to remind some of you that fine living is not a monetary thing. It is what you do, what you create to feel good, feel happy, something that's a little special and out of the ordinary. In late spring, I find myself out in the yard once again, collecting violets that have just bloomed. I'm out there almost every morning after they open from their evening slumber. I then make a delicious violet simple syrup that I use in items such as my lemonades or even in my tea. Once the fear of that one last frost has passed, I make my annual trek to the nursery store collecting flowers. This year I was determined to work on purples and blues, and I plant them in my garden, and also I grab a lot of my herbs to get started because I also like to use herbs very early on in my simmering potpourris and some recipes. And then there's summer. We did so much in summer, but one thing I shared was my favorite family recipe, rhubarb custard pie. Why? Not only because it's delicious, Having pie for breakfast is an old New England custom. This past summer, I was also excited to show you a couple of my thrift store finds, including the pine corner cabinet that I waited 6 months for because the store was closed and I had to wait for it to reopen. Now go figure, in this YouTube video I'm back out in the garden and I am collecting lavender to make a lavender simple syrup, and I also dried some of it in the drying shed that I shared in one of my videos of how I created that as well. I'm always concocting and creating cocktails, but today I created homemade lemonade, and then I also added the lavender simple syrup to it, and it was so refreshing with that little hint of lavender. If anyone is interested in the New England Fine Living glassware, they will be back in stock. I have to order some more. I will put them on our online store when they are back, but we also have wine glasses as well. And autumn. For those who know me, you know I love autumn and the fall. It's one of my favorite holidays for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, and it's the perfect season to start creating a cozy home and prepare for the winter season ahead. We took walks outside collecting things from nature to make wreaths and to make floral arrangements, and we even made some homemade butter. If you missed my butter making video here on YouTube, the link is below, and you will also see the herbs that I mixed in with the butter. New England in the winter. I've shared with you how I love to use my winter white in the kitchen, and then I also shared how you can put colorful wallpapers, fabrics, and paints together, drawing inspiration from fine living finds in your home, including the magical color blends that Mother Nature brings us. I even shared how adding gin to my paper whites stunted the growth so that I had some short ones and I had some tall ones. I have more coming this year. I cannot wait to show you what I'm going to be doing. And since Christmas just passed, I won't go back into showing all of the decorating that we did, but if you haven't seen it already, I will link some of the videos below. Now I'd like to share a few things that will be coming in 2021 on my YouTube channel, New England Fine Living. Now I don't make New Year's resolutions. Actually, the only one I ever did was to never make New Year's resolutions ever again. But what I do make are New Year's intentions. And one thing I intend to do is learn how to use my new drone that my husband got me for my birthday back in October. I've been learning a lot, especially through watching other YouTube channels. But one thing I had to learn on my own was that on very cold days, the battery on the drone dies very quickly. I also am learning that my husband and Willow might be watching from afar. What does this mean for you? Well, my hopes are once I'm more confident in flying the drone, you and I will be able to take trips together, and I will be able to do some more nature walks with you, tour some towns, or any other space that I am allowed to fly the drone. In 2021, also on this YouTube channel, I'm going to be sharing more homes from other homeowners and real estate agents. Now on my Instagram feed and when I had the magazine, I did that a lot, and I've had some requests to do that here also on this channel. So I'm going to be pulling together some homes and homeowners that will allow us to tour their properties and give you ideas, inspiration, and possibly even find a home if you're looking. Speaking of real estate and looking for homes, I have been asked by several of you who have keyed in on the words when I say our next home, and I'm going to save that for another day. That said, we're not in a rush. We love our home, but we are at a state that if we find what we call our unicorn home, we know it's out there, we've just never seen it, we're ready to make a big decision. Now I have a lot more planned for you for 2021, but I know I also mentioned the fact that I will be sharing more on this channel regarding business and working from home, or how to start your own YouTube channel, and I'm going to give that a try. Now I'm waiting to see what YouTube will think of it and what the algorithm will think of it, and I'm thinking I will do that on certain days of the week, so that if you're here on this channel wanting to see more of the home and lifestyle, you'll know not to watch that day. I will have set days for the other videos. I'm going to really try to get down to a schedule. But for those who want some work information, I'm going to give that a go here on this channel. Once again, if YouTube doesn't like that I'm adding a little extra niche to this channel, I will create a new one for you. On that note, kindred spirits, I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I will be back soon. I have a couple more videos that I'm working on, but I'm also getting my house organized for the new year, and I have a couple projects that I am going to be working on, more woodworking projects, more painting, more decorating, so there'll be plenty more to share. Bye now.